Bankrupt, but the emergency manager says the city is still paying its bills and will be ready with a plan of adjustment in a month to eliminate the $18 billion deficit.
7 Action News reporter Jim Kirchner has been covering the Detroit bankruptcy since day one and joins us now tonight in the studio.
Stephen and Carolyn, the judge has some surprises in his ruling. I'm going to get to those in a minute. He spent an hour and a half reading his ruling, making sure that stakeholders and everybody knew why he ruled the way he did. Now check it out. He also surprised some people, bringing up some issues and addressing them point blank. He says pensions can be cut in bankruptcy court as long as it's done fairly and equitably. He said the emergency manager law is constitutional. The selling of art, delays, inevitable financial failure. He said there would be no stay. Bankruptcy moves forward. The appeals are already being filed.
We fully anticipate that this may go all the way to the Supreme Court. We interviewed some of the best Supreme Court oral arguers in the country. They looked at our positions and were very interested, and every one of them wanted to work with us.
Among the protesters in this crowd, Detroit's largest employee union, AFSCME. They've put on one of the toughest legal battles so far and already filed an appeal. But their stake goes beyond Detroit, with union employees in other governmental jobs in other cities, where bankruptcy could hit them again.
We're in it for the long haul, because what has to happen is that you have to do what's right for the people and the citizens of the city of Detroit. What happened here today is not right.
Judge Rhodes says pension cuts can be done in his court and part of the plan of adjustment coming from the city. The immediate appeal will be over the Michigan constitutional protection against cuts. The appeal will face a headwind. Federal law trumps state law.
Very, very, very difficult. As the judge indicated, or at the end, there is no stay of his order, which means that the parties this bankruptcy will continue throughout the appellate process.
AFSCME retirees get an average $19,000 a year in pension. Police and fire pensions are a bit higher, but their systems opted out of Social Security. They do not get those monthly checks. And retirees also face cuts in health insurance from their now bankrupt employer.
I'm hoping that the different judges, the district judge and maybe the Supreme Court judge, will rule in our favor and say that our pensions should not be cut at all.
So here's where we go from here. This is on a fast track. The plan of adjustment will be filed with bankruptcy court in early July by emergency manager Kevin Orr. Closed door mediation will continue, and it may get more serious with eligibility now decided. If agreements are not consensual, then we will see a cram down. That's where the judge orders cuts.
Of course, the appeals are also in the works, so how's this going to affect that fast process?
If they do not get a stay in the appeals process, the local bankruptcy process will continue. They'll need to get that stay. It's an open question whether they will. Some say this is a weak appeal issue, but it remains to be seen.
And Kevin Orr believes he's going to have it all laid out by January.
That's what he said.
So we'll have to wait and see if that happens. Thank you so much, Jim, for all of your coverage today.
Our Team 7 coverage continues now with 7 Action News reporter Julie Bonovich live at the federal courthouse downtown.
And Julie, what are you hearing from people down there?
And Stephen, when we asked today, nobody sugarcoated anything. In fact, they were pretty blunt about how they felt.
Ain't we? Okay, so what difference do it make?
People gonna suffer.
So kind of will
their pensions being cut?
Yeah, of course they worried about that, because, you know, that's money that they work for. So, you know, with that, you want your money. You earn that.
I think they probably should go into it, but I think the problems can be solved, and it's a long, hard struggle.
I'm quite sure that someone got a vision for Detroit to make it the way they want it. It might not be for the people, but that's what's going to happen.
And part of the consensus tonight of people saying that they hope that the right thing is done with the pensions and people do not get cut too badly. We're live from Detroit. Back to you in the studio.